AB Banana. Are we alive? Woohoo! Welcome, esteemed listeners. Got around, fellows. What are you? Are you scritching the kid? That's not fair. You can scritch the dog imaginarily. I'm Rurik. I am the guide for the mystical realms of probability demise. Wow, I sound like I'm drunk and I'm not. I only had one mimosa this morning. As we embark on this remarkable journey, allow me to introduce the valiant souls who shall bring life to our tale. First, we have Jason of the clan de Jason, stepping into the role of Asher, a courageous bard with a heart ablaze with determination. Changing all pronunciations forever.
What is happening? Rick's having a stroke. How do you call 911 in Portland?
Next, we have Lorata, a.k.a. Larissa, a.k.a. Vitality.
No.
Gracing our narrative as Trixie, a cunning and quick-witted monk, wielding both wisdom and vis with equal prowess.
What is going on?
And let us not forget Justin whose portrayal of Tanzaniteria adds an ethereal death touch to our ensemble. Her very presence holds secrets of deific consequence. Dun, dun, dun! Together, these three extraordinary storytellers weave a captivating tapestry of adventure within Atlan's enchanted domain, a world molded by our collective imagination, where science's remnants intertwine with the tendrils of magic.
And we have puppies.
And adorable puppy time. Today we are sponsored by Bundaberg, by me paying for it. But if a small Australian family-owned ginger beer maker would like to sponsor us, I am totally down to claim you for the low, low price of whatever you're willing to give me. Everybody's here. We have announcements.
Yes, tell them. Say it.
What?
You got to train your puppy to give the merch announcements. Come on, let's get around this.
I don't have a free hand. Hang on, I'm trying to.
Do you want me to do the boopity boops?
We have merch. Rurik, lean to the right or left. Because there are t-shirts hanging on your chair behind you, or your hoodie. We have that on a bunch of stuff. Yay! There's our logo, and you can get it on stuff, including clothing items and other stuff. This has been your weekly announcement about merch. Thank you.
It's that symbol up next to Jess's head that is the one that we are talking about. Beautiful. Larissa.
The Stonewall Corral's Pride concert is less than 2 weeks away.
Are you ready?
I'm totally ready. I'm not singing this one.
It is
I got busy.
2 weeks. Nope, it's a week from Thursday.
It's tomorrow.
No.
You ready?
Yeah, no. Anyways, it is going to be a drag time story hour telling the history of the Stonewall Corral and the queer rights movement and how they've been intertwined. Going to be told by the fabulous Temple Grande drag queen. Additionally, we will be performing a rendition of Rainbow Land, the Dolly Parton Miley Cyrus duet. And we are dedicating it to a teacher from Waukesha, Wisconsin, who was put on administrative leave after suggesting that her second graders sing that song for their concert. And she was put on administrative leave because the song was considered too controversial for essentially having the message of loving everybody and treating everybody equal. So we are dedicating the performance to her, and we just recently found out that she is actually going to come to the concert.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So she's going to come to New York and come to the concert. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Super
So yeah,
cool.
it is Thursday, June 8th at Church of the Holy Apostles on 9th Avenue and 28th Street. If you are interested in buying tickets, you can do so at Stonewall Corral / or stonewallcorral.org/tickets-buy. And if you are unable to come to the concert, if you're local,
Did you mean buy dash tickets?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Sorry. Buy dash tickets. If you are unable to come to the concert, but you still want to support the chorale, you can certainly do so through the same website. There is a donate button. Either way, we would love to see you, love to hear from you. Yeah, it's going to be a good concert. We're going to be doing all contemporary music from the 60s forward. So, you okay over there?
I hit the button on the seat and it dropped me down like a $2 Guido. I don't know, making up. Thank you very much.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either. I'm just making it up as I go here in my little punkadoodle brain. Welcome. That takes us to our word of the day with our specialist, Jess.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of the day. Okay.
Word of the day.
Word of the day is, I feel like y'all are going to know it, but I didn't know what it meant. So, officious, which is tending to offer unwanted advice in a way that annoys people.
Oh.
Officious?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to say about me, Jess?
Officious.
That's very different from what, I mean, very cool, but also very different from what I thought would be like, sorry.
If you want to dispute it, take it up with Webster.
No, I think I may have had the wrong definition in my head. Because I thought officious was just being bossy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Assertive of authority in an annoyingly domineering way, especially in regard to petty or trivial matters.
Wow.
Intrusively enthusiastic in offering help or advice, interfering.
Wow,
So
wow,
basically,
wow.
either a Karen or a mansplainer. Kind of.
Yeah.
Along those lines.
Learn new things every day because I don't think I fully grasped the words. I don't think I fully understood that term. Cool. So officiously get officious in our official officiating or something. All right. I am trying to. What up?
I said Gamergate, officious.
Officious.
A lot of officious people.
Yeah.
Asserting their dominance annoyingly over trivial matters.
Definitely. That's very true.
And modern comic and movie fandom and pretty much all fandoms these days, there's lots of it.
Lots
D&D
of officiants.
fandom. If you're an officious D&D podcast watcher, fuck you and don't watch us. Bye.
With our zero
does that count?
watchers right now.
Do I get my dice?
Ay. So, do we want to roll for a recap, or does somebody want to take it?
I volunteered last week, so I'm not volunteering again. But I'll roll.
I did not get around to listening to the podcast this week, so I'm.
So we're rolling.
Let's roll.
We're rolling.
Roll.
Ooh, I got an 18. I'm not even sweating this one. Y'all have to natural 20 it and 19 it and all sorts of other
15.
stuff. Jess looks a little bit concerned. Larissa is hiding her face because she's so.
Hang on, but she's on there.
No, my tray was tilted, so I didn't want to.
It doesn't count if it's tilted. What are your dice rules? I'm very curious. I'm not distracting us. Stay focused. Stay focused to me and to you and to all of us.
Jess,
Yes.
how'd you do?
What did you get?
Okay, the two of you are the worst. You just don't share. You sit there in total
Here's what we're gonna do. You're
paranoia.
gonna play rock, scissors, paper to see who has to say what they have.
I got a 14.
I got an 8. You're fine.
Okay. I just knew it was less than Jason, so I was like,
I just like to make her sweat, Rick.
I figure you're just doing it for the drama, but hey, we all got it.
Me, a Leo, doing it for the drama. What?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Andy, you're here. We almost thought that you might never be here again. It might be all over, but it's not. It's all here. Oh, that puts it right in front of Larissa's face. Ba, 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 ba. I fully thought that Larissa had actually done the recap. And so I just immediately launched into that. And so now, to make up for that, I'm going to mix this all up like a bunch of random pieces of tile. Larissa, with the most scary music I could possibly find, what happened last week?
Oh, thank you. Okay, good. I was literally just going to ask you, can you please turn it down because I cannot focus with it that loud. Let's see. I'm trying to remember where we started. We were in the ship. It was a travel day, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we had just kind of taken off and had avoided the, I guess you could call it an assassination attempt, or maybe the I don't know.
Some sort of sabotage of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for.
You could have jumped off the boat and figured out what was going on if you really wanted to.
Nah, fuck that guy. Somebody else took care of him, I'm sure. Or they didn't. And then
you'll come back to
later,
Canyonville and there'll just be bodies hanging from both sides as they like overemphasize the anti-saboteur system. And
so
actually, Jason, roll a d20. Let's see what happens.
No.
20 for tragedy, 1 for nothing.
Don't do it. If you don't roll, they can't do it. What did you roll?
A 2.
So it was, you said 20 for tragedy?
Yep.
And what was the opposite end?
Hadn't told you yet.
Oh. Okay. Anyways, we're flying. We were flying and we were heading towards Bonnie's Forest. We had pretty much smooth sailing the entire time. A flock of rocks, ROCKS, for anyone who's not familiar with the mythical bird, I guess.
ROCSs, I think.
Yes. Kept visiting us, and eventually Asher decided to turn into one in order to, like, you know, figure out why they were coming to fly with us. Turns out they were trying to lead the way. They only spoke in rhyme for some reason. Well, you said, yeah. And so once we figured that out, we followed them. They led us on a slipstream that helped us go faster. So we got to Bonnie's Forest in pretty much record time. Between that and the new ship. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat.
Hack out a lung.
Well, I just I think it's one of the white seeds from my watermelon.
Oh, that's okay.
So it's like sticking.
Oh, look, we had a special guest appear on Larissa's screen.
Who's that? No. So then we landed managed to land somewhere nearby, and we found Bonnie. And we talked about what it is that's going on, and we found out it's the red dragon that we escaped from before, which had been named something Scorcher.
Yeah, the folk of the forest called it Scorcher.
Okay, so just Scorcher. Sorry, I thought there was like a name before it. And so Bonnie pointed out to us that it had been attacking a nearby tower, but I guess nearby it was visible from where we were, but it was on top of like the highest mountain in the mountain range.
Yeah.
So, God dang it.
Would you like someone else to take over?
And then you got mounted on super speedy steeds. I'm just going to take over because I feel like
sorry.
Larsa needs a chance to regather her lung. Like, let's put that lung back inside of her body. You had some choices of steeds, actually, that Bonnie offered. And these super speedy creatures that through the forest had an enormous increase to their speed, slowing down a little bit once you started hitting the mountain ranges, but still moving at tremendous speeds.
I rode a kitty.
Far beyond anything that you would have had in other place. One, a kitty that you knew from the far distant past. One, a earthen creature of tree and limb that seemed to just move with ridiculous speed. Actually, probably throughout the forest portion of the trek, I didn't say this at the time, that thing just seemed to glide through the forest as if it wasn't there, only coming to a slightly slower pace once you hit the mountainside. And a creature of wind and air that somewhat resembled the form of a lupine, wolfy sort of being. The three of you got to the tower, discovered that they were some sort of merchant cartel or conglomeration or collective, and both a very defensible tower, since there was apparent scorch marks, but they had not yet been in trouble. And then numerous very special magical goods that might, I don't know if you inferred this or not, but might be the reason why the dragon is after it, because that is a hoard in there that would make any draconian creature quite happy. So with that, we are back on track. You all decided to take a nice long rest, I believe, but we haven't quite achieved the sleepiness, so I will let you share if there's anything in particular that you would like to do before, after, during your sleeps. And then we will get going with whatever is the next stage of this escapade.
Wait.
You went shopping. You didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
And I think the decision had been to take a nap.
We were going to rest, and I think discuss in terms of funds and such.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're having a Knights of the Trio table gathering that may be restful. It may just be chatting. Directed to a anteroom that is very cozy and unique. I will let you roll for perception if you want to check out the space. You are left alone, or apparently alone, to your own devices to discuss amongst yourselves.
23.
Wait,
Oh.
what?
Perception.
He is
Oh,
percepting.
the room.
26.
Oh, holy macaronis. I need more words on my
There we go.
descriptors.
Okay. Computer was frozen. My phone wasn't working. 23 for me.
All of you see all the stuff. If you want to make up something else that exists here, go for it. You are brought to this antechamber, to the overall complex of mercantile opportunities and the different stairs. And it's a cozy room, kind of located towards the back, past that main entry area, kind of a tucked away nook. It is furnished with a comfortable sofa, a few chairs, and what appears to be a coffee table style thing. There's also a bookcase that seems to be stocked with several books on, I would call it in our modern era, like an eyewitness collection. You know, you have all the eyewitness books and they describe things. And they seem to be books on books and books on wands and books on other pieces. There's a little bit of a chalkboard as well, which is erased, but with your high rolls, you all can make out that the last folks who sat here actually jot out some thoughts and ideas about things that they wanted to purchase. So it's apparent that that's some sort of thought board. The room is decorated with paintings and drawings of unknown beings, but you do witness, Asher especially, but also Trixie, you're quick to spot it, that there's a painting of Nee in the corner. There is also a large mirror on one wall, which you can presumably try out whatever you picked up with. There's also a little bit of remnants from whoever was last in here. It looks like some sort of half-used deck of cards, and a couple of clean but clearly abandoned plates and cups. The room is painted a dark blue color, which definitely invites that relaxing atmosphere. The sofa is upholstered in a soft, comfortable fabric. The chairs are made of wood and have comfortable cushions on them. The coffee table appears to be made of either a volcanic glass or some sort of very shiny, dark substance and has a little bit of marbling throughout it. And that bookshelf, again, appears to be full of all sorts of different texts on a meta level around magical things. And that is the space that you're into today at this moment. Two big topics: Fire Dragon, Shop of Happiness.
I'm going to go look at the painting of Nee closer and see if I can determine how old it is.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Jess, do you want to sing it?
Investigation.
Thank you. Jess, you should have sang harder because I got rolled a 2, so that's a 6.
Oh.
You know,
How dare you?
It does look like a younger version of Nee, but what is age?
Especially for him. I wonder. It looks like they know Nee. I'm going to point at the painting in case I didn't see it. I wonder if I can use my line of credit letters here. And we can get whatever we want.
Trixie, Tanzanite, do either of you respond to that?
Sorry, I was reading. Say it again.
So I was wondering if I could get away with using my line of credit letters like I used in the Delve. I know him here.
Yeah, but this guy seems to be a little.
A little creaky.
Does not care and just wants money from us.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he pays those debts.
Yeah, I think it's more just that I don't think it would impress him enough to have him give us a line of credit. He doesn't really seem like the giving credit type.
I just meant like he could bill me for what we buy.
I know, but I still think he's like, I want the money first.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how charming you are.
I don't know, I'm pretty charming. Smolder.
Roll a charisma check.
Yeah.
Trixie, roll a
Wisdom saving throw.
wisdom saving throw with advantage. Because you've been around this smolderer for long enough.
Well, Yeah, that's not going to happen. 15.
Is it performance check or a charisma check?
Just a charisma check. Straight up, just
19.
your raw versus her raw. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like proof is in the pudding as he tries to con you into getting along with his plan. And you're tempted to just try it out.
Nah. If you had gotten over a 20, I would have maybe thought about it.
Folded. Just like, yep, let's do this.
No, I was trying to remember how we had decided. Never mind. Just to keep going without me. I'm trying to figure out the fact that I have the double unarmored defense thing going on.
Yeah, we're going to do that through when you go to armor class.
Yeah.
You have to use the customize button.
Yeah.
And you're going to use additional magic bonus or miscellaneous bonus, either one.
Okay.
And then mark where it comes from so you remember in case you take off things.
Okay. 1 second.
Okay, so Asher put forth the idea of trying to bamboozle the shopkeepers to get at whatever you all wanted. Trixie is...
I'm going to write on the board rapier. I don't remember what exactly it was, but how much did it cost?
I think the rapier was 10,000, but let me pull that stuff back up.
Something was 6,000.
Yeah, I feel like the stuff I was looking at wasn't super expensive. Maybe 7,000? I feel like it was out of reach of what I had on me, but also like not super far out of reach.
Probably. I have misplaced my whole...
It was definitely 10 gold. That's what sure did.
Keep dreaming.
If I roll a natural 20, then you have to submit to my charisma. That was an 8. Never mind.
No submitting. But yeah, do you want to just share with each other what you had looked at and were interested in?
Yeah, I'm going to share the... So did I look at anything else besides the sword? Man, I wanted to listen to this, but I didn't get it up until...
You definitely looked at some other stuff. There was just some things that kind of cropped up au natural during the exchange. But relying on your memories of what like really stood out to you as characters is a good deal too. I'm going to go grab my iPad, which is where I put the shopping list.
I can start.
Great.
I do remember. So, so who talked to the pirate guy? You talked to the pirate guy, right?
Jason did.
Yeah.
Asher.
Yeah. Technically, you did.
You talked to the pirate guy.
We both talked to the pirate guy, didn't we? You came in after me. I came in after you.
Yeah.
I thought it was an Irish guy, but maybe.
It was like a pirate Irish pirate.
Started one way, ended the other. Same guy. Different accent, same guy. So he offered me a couple of things, but both of them kind of seem really weird. One of them I am kind of considering. It's a tattoo that would make me a little bit tougher, maybe. I don't know. I think I'm kind of tough already. I'm not sure if it would actually do anything. So that was one thing.
Would it make me tougher? I'm very easy to hit.
It would make it. I think it would make you a lot tougher. So that might be. It might be actually better for you. What's your AC?
17.
It would at least give you one bump. Put you up to 18. And then the other thing he showed me was this painting with this really rude lady on it. But he said that she can protect an area if you order her to. Which, I mean, I think it would be useful if there's somewhere in particular, like, that's being, I guess, attacked by a dragon. But I guess I don't know. I think I'd need a little bit more information. It was just kind of like very glossed over. But, and also I'm not sure, maybe one of y'all can deal with her, but she was not very nice. What about you two?
I looked at a sword.
What kind of
and-
sword?
God, I don't remember anything about it, guys.
Because if you need a sword, I have a sword. I mean, I was gonna use it, but
Those aren't the swords we picked up in the cave, right?
mine is a fancy dragon sword. That does.
You know what I am going to do before we go to bed, Rick? Is catch ritual identify spells on all that crap we looted out of her mother's cave. So let's go back to that. It's all now in my bag of holding.
So,
All right.
my sword is a dragon slayer's long sword, and I get +1 to my attack and damage rolls with this weapon. And if I hit a dragon with it, it takes an extra 3d6 of slashing damage.
But you don't use it?
I've used it on dragons.
Well, since we're going to fight a dragon, would you not want to hold on to it then?
Well, I was gonna use it, but if Asher specifically wants a sword,
I have this one, and they were very offended by it. I hold up my.
Your old one?
Wait, did he give me that?
He sold it to you.
600 gold. That was
600
very.
gold.
It was
That
very
the
cheap.
600 That was cheap. You bought that one.
That's right. That's right. Oh wait, okay. So it's right kind of a little bit. I bought this sword. It is. So it's probably in my inventory because I'm.
Yeah,
smart.
should be.
It is a dancing rapier. There. You can use a bonus action to toss this magic sword in the air and speak a command word. When you do so, the sword begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. Sword uses your attack roll and ability score to modifier to damage rolls. The sword hovers. You can use a bonus action. So it's like basically an animated item. So that I can animate the sword and
It can function like that. Yeah.
Nice. Hi, Jess's mom.
Yay!
Hello. Hi, Mom.
hi, Mom.
Hello, Proxy Mom.
We're adopting her. She's ours.
Hello, Pod
She's-
Mom.
She's a lot of people's mom, so it's all good.
After the fourth attack, it flies up to 30 feet and tries to return to your hand. If you don't have a free hand, it will fall at your feet.
Oh, nice. So it's like a sword and a boomerang.
Kinda.
Yeah, 4-round boomerang.
So if I stand between the sword and the bad guy, will it fly through the bad guy to get to me?
One way to find out.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I bought this sword.
Oh,
He was
that's
so-
nice.
He was so offended by the condition of my other sword that he gave me a really big discount on this.
Oh,
Very good.
well, he seems a lot nicer than the. Well, not nicer, but like more generous. Well, what about you?
I still like this sword. My old one's all like kind of rusty. I put it in my bag of holding.
What did I look at? I looked at a new set of armor that was specifically to help against dragons and red dragons. And I also looked at something else. What did I look at? An armor and I really don't know. I don't know.
Shield? Was it a
A
shield?
shield. Yes. Yes.
Note to self: take notes on shopping days,
Yes.
especially if you don't actually end up buying anything, so you can remember what you looked at.
Yep.
Okay, so you've all shared what you were looking at for the most part, what you could remember.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Rick, you said we're in a room full of books, right?
Yes. There's a bookcase full of books.
While we're talking about all this, can I just go peruse the books
Yeah.
and see what there is? I'm specifically looking for any books about dragons, or if I doubt there'll be any, but if there's any spell books.
Becoming a god for dummies.
Yeah,
Go ahead
and
and
that,
roll an
absolutely.
investigation check.
Investigation. That's not bad. That's not bad. Plus, I'm on my items. I
She
need to
saved
go
the
back
good
to
investigation roll for herself. I see how it is.
Of course I did. Oh, it's only +1. So,
You're in my own podcast. I get no respect.
16.
Great. So first off, you open the first book and you realize that these are catalogs.
Catalog. Ooh.
It has items that you've seen at a glance in the spaces. The first one you open up is stuff that you've seen in your life outside of this particular place. Common, mundane, but slightly special magical items. But then as you thumb through looking for something on spells, you find one that is a lot of the sketches in it look like the items you saw in the room you went into. And thumbing through some more, you see some really amazing illustrations in one of the last ones. There's only like 20 items in it, but the items you see in there just look beyond brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not terribly difficult for you to realize that this is the catalog of the current items throughout the whole tower.
From looking at the shelving, is there a organization that I can like decipher through, like by rarity, by room,
Dewey Decimal.
alphabetically?
It's definitely apparent to you, just like how they kind of directed you to rooms based on what your interest in terms of rarity was, that these are also organized in that manner. The only differences are a couple of them are about potions, and one of them is about scrolls. And those are a specific series of catalogs that are tiered at different levels. But you do realize that there's a whole catalog of scrolls and a whole catalog of potions.
Catalogia Britannica.
Can I grab the
It's like a bunch of Sears catalogs.
catalog?
The what?
The scroll one?
Which one? There are 4 different scroll catalogs of varying rarities of magic.
Okay, if it was like a 1 to 4, with 4 being the highest, maybe 3.
Okay.
I will
yeah.
come over and grab 4.
Okay, you grab the 4.
I'm just kind of like looking at my body, trying to figure out if I were to get a tattoo, where the best place for it would be.
I love that.
Like, I'm using the mirror for that purpose, so that I can kind of like examine my body and see where I would want a tattoo.
Armpit.
Definitely not in the armpit.
Right buttock.
Okay, so let's start off with the spell scrolls that you are looking at, Tanzanite, and then we'll go to Asher, what he's looking at. As you're looking through it, you're seeing that there's kind of catalog and a list, and it's all 8th level spells in these scrolls. Some of them are spells that are cast at a lower level, but they are clearly written to be cast at the 8th level. So you see things like cure wounds and other things along those lines. But even in this catalog, some of them are a little bit difficult to look at and understand what they say. So could you just go ahead and roll an Arcana check?
Arcana.
And you need to beat an 18.
Ooh.
Arcana. Oh, I have +7 though. I rolled shit though. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. No, 12.
With a 12, you can make out some of them, but you can't make out all of them. And you realize that some are just beyond things you know or have seen before. But you get the idea. And if you want to look at spells, you can look at the wizard spell list. Any spells that are 8th level or below that can be upcast are in this catalog. Okay? Asher, you're looking at the other one. As you scroll through it, it is very similar description to what I gave Tanzanite, except I need you to roll a Arcana check, and I need you to roll above a 19 or higher.
Dirty 20.
Perfect. You easily parse even the most complicated of runic interpretations on these, and you realize the entire list of wizard spells, the legendary spell scrolls that are within this. In addition, having beat that 19 check, you realize that these scrolls hold their own properties, especially with the attack ones, and the attack bonus on these is +11, and the saving throw is a DC of 19. These are considered legendary, and the menu for these is very short, and you can see some are highlighted in red, indicating that they are not truly available, even though they are on the list, and some are
Out of stock.
just, there's not a single one that is listed more than one time. Like, there's no multiple copies at this level. Trixie, you see your two friends are perusing these scrolls, looking through, or not scrolls, perusing these catalogs, looking through these long lists of magical scrolls. What are you up to in the meantime, in the interim?
I mean, I'm standing in front of the mirror and kind of like trying to see, well, not posing, but like trying to see, like I've got my bag off and everything. I'm trying to figure out like if I were to get the tattoo, would I want it be somewhere that you could see, or would I want to hide it? And I'm also just trying to figure out if I even really need it. Like, it's, for some reason, it's got me like psyched out. But that's also, as a side note, that's Larissa wondering, like, it says it makes your AC 18, but does it just like override it and set it at 18, or does it start as a base at 18?
You'll find out. Or you can go look through the catalogs and see if you can get more details, or...
Well, I'm asking you the DM. Because it didn't seem really clear. It, like, the description says 18, so I can't figure it out.
It's the one that I'm thinking of. This was the 10,000 gold piece one, or was this the cheaper one?
I think this was the barrier tattoo, like the very rare.
Yeah, that one would set your base AC at 18.
Okay. All right.
So I guess what was your AC when you rolled the character before you?
Well,
I don't know.
Well, it's just pretty simple math. I think she gets her base AC, as every character's base AC is 10 without any armor or anything like that. But because of her class, she got the unarmored bonus, which is +4, which is her wisdom modifier, and she got the +5 from her dexterity bonus. So she got a She should have a 19 from that. Plus, she has the bracers of defense, which gets her up to 21.
And we added the other, since I have unarmored defense from both monk and we've combined it. So now my AC is a lot higher.
Uber safe.
But I would have to give up the bracers of defense because I have to attune to the tattoo, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I always forget about this dragonhide belt.
The +2 to saving throws.
No, in addition, you can use an action to regain key points equal to a roll of your martial arts die. I forget about that a lot.
Yeah, probably.
There's also... I also have that thing where I can reroll damage die, and I never remember that either. I need a list.
You don't have one?
Like a flow chart.
This happens, do this. This
Yes,
happens, do
yeah.
this.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's a lot to remember.
Memorizing things. Okay. I'm gonna say that I would like Trixie, since she's checking herself out the mirror, to roll a perception check.
Natural 20.
Of course. What's the total for that?
That would be a 30.
Okay.
Your reflection starts to move.
As you're checking yourself out, you start to feel a little unsettled. And you've been checking out places where you might place this tattoo. But as you start to feel a little unsettled, you meet your own gaze. And as you look, you're reminded a little bit of your own mortality. The eyes in the mirror are a reminder of that. There's a little bit of sorrow there, a little bit of care, and it's a little sobering. And then they blink, but you didn't blink.
Ah, called it! Guys?
Yes.
Something's funky with this mirror. And now I don't take my eyes off of the reflection. And I'm trying really hard to keep my eyes open.
I'm gonna go over to it and say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?"
Okay.
I don't know.
As you continue staring and your friends come over, you start to notice other differences between those eyes and yours.
Their eyes or my reflections?
Your reflected eyes. What color are your eyes?
Green.
Why are they golden? What shape are your eyes?
Shape are my eyes?
You know, your irises.
Oh, irises. Round.
Why are they slitted?
Guys, I don't like this.
If I look around, are there any, like, blankets, sheets?
I gave you a description of the room and there was nothing like that. As you continue to look, Trixie, those eyes seem to be glowing. A little fiery.
Nope, not doing this. And I walk away.
You walk away and look away. There's no longer an image in the mirror.
Is it on the wall or is it
Can
like
I
a
go to
standing
the
mirror?
catalogs?
It's on the wall, kind of like chunked into it.
So I can't like take it off.
Roll an investigation check.
Can I look for that mirror in the catalogs?
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check as well.
Dirty 20 again.
Hey, Sean.
Asher, as you look, you can see where the mirror has been cemented in. It's supposed to be part of the building. You also can see where at some point someone patched over like a secret passageway. It's now cemented closed. But at some point the mirror was a door.
When is a door not a door? When it's a mirror.
18 for me.
18 for you. You're searching through the text, and you know that it's not in the scroll ones or in the potions, and you're hunting for this, and you start off at the highest level books just because the creepy mirror. It's got to be, creepy mirror. It's got to be a high magic sort of situation. And you keep hunting, and you keep hunting, and you keep hunting. You see mentions of mirrors. You see mentions of all types of mirrors that would probably have responded to Asher's statement. You find mentions of a blade of broken mirrors. It's composed of all sorts of broken mirrors. And a lot of these are marked as not available. You see one that's called a mirror of life trapping, which is scary in its description, but it almost makes you think, oh, this is the right one, because it shows faint images of creatures, and these are faint images of eyes, or at least when Trixie's eyes were there were eyes. But as you look up, there's no eyes there right now. You read about something called a mirror of reflected pasts. But the description doesn't hold up to the size of this mirror. The mirror of reflected past is only a 3-foot tall mirror. This is full body height for a person as tall as yourself, Tanzanite. This isn't a 3-foot mirror. It's not a hand mirror, so all these mentions of hand mirrors are nothing. It's not on the list.
I'm gonna walk over to Asher and just like reach up and put his face in between my hands and just be like, well, before I do that, I like rub my eyes like really hard, and then I look at him and I go, "What color are my eyes?"
Normal color.
That's not specific. What color are my eyes?
Green.
Okay, good. No gold, right? Not even flex.
Just the weird like dragon eyes. Just kidding.
The look on Trixie's face. Asher, I just need you to roll a wisdom saving throw from just pure scorch.
14.
You feel your soul erode a little bit just from... She's small. She can hit things that are very important.
Punch me right in the soul.
Or other things.
This is a little funny.
Do we just want to get out of the room with the creepy mirror and finish what we need to grab and get on going?
Yes, please.
I mean, I think we're staying the night here, aren't we?
Yeah, but hopefully not in this room. There's no bed, right?
Yeah, I'll request another accommodation. Or I can ask what this mirror is, and hopefully it isn't something bad.
How about both?
Both it is.
Both is good.
Both is good.
I'm sorry, are you all stepping out of the room?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you step out of the room, and it's not too long before somebody's coming by. And are you done deliberating, or did you?
Can I have the tattoo that you showed her?
Oh, yeah. Is that what you're all up to right now?
I mean, we're also going to go to bed, but maybe we do that first. We want to buy first and then go to bed, or go to bed and then buy?
Might as well get the purchases over with.
I mean, in theory, I think we have enough money for everything. I say to like them, not so that the person can hear.
Yeah, they said they can access your bank account in Overton, so I think we're okay.
Yeah,
I have some money on me.
Come on. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't. I mean, there's not many people here, so I knew you were here, but I don't know exactly what you were shopping for before. Do you?
The tattoo that was mentioned to me makes someone tougher,
Oh,
harder to hurt.
yeah. Was that the tattoo of the Death Ward, maybe, or? Do you remember the name?
No, he didn't say it.
Well, there's a cheaper one that's kind of the greater absorption, and then there's the tattoo of superior, and there's the regular old, tattoo of absorption.
I was in the room with the guy who sounds like a pirate.
Oh, but he's not the tattooist. He's just the salesperson. So
Right, but I think in terms of quality, that's the quality of the tattoo we're talking about.
all right. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be absorbing tattoo. And you want this?
I feel like maybe we should check with this guy now to make sure I'm getting the right tattoo.
Sure. Who is it?
It was the pirate.
Okay. So, yeah, you go up those staircases together, Trixie and Asher. Tanzanite, are you following along with them? Or are you just going to separate to do your own thing? Or are you?
I'm going to go with them.
Okay. So all three of you go up there and... Ahoy! Welcome back. Are you down for a bit of skin art, little furry one?
I think I'm actually okay, but my friend here could actually use a little bit of. So just to clarify, can you remind me what you?
Oh, I mentioned the barrier tattoo for you.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, the other guy said something else, and that's why I wanted to check with you.
Oh, there's plenty that can be done. The barrier tattoo, though, that's what you asked for.
Yeah, so I think that would help out my friend here more than me, if anything.
Oh, yeah. Here.
For some reason, lots of people like to try to stab me.
You know,
yeah, I can't imagine why anyone would stab you in the face.
In the face. Maybe you need a different tattoo than that.
With a
barrier
face
tattoo.
like this, I mean, come on, you gotta have protection. It's the moneymaker.
You know, a bit of sophistication goes over well, and you can see like all the scars on his face, and like I used to have a friend who'd give me a nice scratch right here, hook in his hand, always left a mark. All right, so let's send you on your way. Did you discuss the price?
Yeah, how much was it?
I believe, and I could be wrong. Somebody could always make fun of me for this later, and we can retcon and fix it. That it was 8,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
I think that's fine, yeah.
And this is if you're looking, Jason, if you're looking at the, if you're searching for this on D&D Beyond, it is called the Barrier Tattoo, and you're getting the very rare version.
Oh yeah.
It does require attunement.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to unattune something. Sad.
Yeah. You might, I don't know what you're wearing for armor, but if you have armor that has an AC, these will interfere with each other. So you might unattune that if it's an attuned armor. I don't really know what you have, but you can decide, figure that out. Okay.
Wait, unattune that drum that I never use.
Awesome. Trixie, Tanzanite, you watch as Asher is directed to a back room, and you can see just beyond the kind of curtain that's pulled across a large creature. Their body doesn't seem to hold together all that well. but they have a tattoo gun in hand, and after a quick word from the shopkeeper, they swap out some components in the tattoo gun that they have, and they seem to be talking to Asher. Asher, if you have any reactions to this, feel free to share with me, but you are being tattooed by a large, slightly slimy person who seems to be constantly changing shape.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm easy.
You've seen a lot in your little short life so far. Tanzanite, Trixie.
Don't judge a book by its slimy color or slimy cover.
Good point.
Do you
Slimy, disgusting cover.
Okay. What are you looking at? Being the pirate shopkeeper who's talking to Trixie right now.
Oh.
You hear the loud buzzing of the.
Ow.
I was gonna offer
Still, yeah, filthy flea bag, and then it's like it's also blurble, so it's so much more like.
I was gonna offer to hold his hand, but he just went ahead and did it, so never mind.
Where am I getting this tattoo?
You get to decide that.
Roll for it.
Do you
Well,
want
it
to roll
has-
a body part? I
it
have
has
a diagram for that.
I was just reading it has to be either both arms or my upper back, right? Or both, like 2 limbs or my upper back, right?
Yeah, the space that this one takes does require quite a bit of. Let me double check what it takes, just in case there's like any give in this.
Okay. 1 or 2 is both my legs. 3 or 4 is both my arms. 5 or 6 is my upper back. You ready?
Okay.
Both my legs, I guess.
Legs
That's not cool.
armament.
Aw, that's not as cool.
Well, you also get to describe what it will look like and how it's formed and everything else like that. So you can hold on to that for your own flavor after the tattooing is done. All right. You have any plans for what I'm going to do for you now? Or are you heading off while your friend loses an inch of his dermatitis?
We
Wants a shield.
You're from the back room right after he screams.
Tanzahuvia.
Sorry, I'm reading about myself.
Oh, did you want your shield?
Well, I mean, now that we're in the fancy room, I was thinking of maybe asking this fine gentleman about the things they have, because I wasn't in here yet.
Okay.
Hi.
Ow.
The curtain gets slammed shut. Moment of silence. What can I do for you, Tanzanite?
Hello. I already spoke with the individual in the lower rarity room, I guess. I'm not sure how you refer to the other rooms.
Our rare collection. Didn't find it to your taste, needed a little upgrade?
Well, I did, but I just want to see what products are in here. Primarily, I'm looking for possibly new scale mail, maybe a shield, perhaps an item that would just assist in a fight against specifically a red dragon.
Quite specific there. Well,
Well, it helps you with my needs.
very, very lovely. Let's talk mail armor. Is there anything in particular you're looking for here?
Well, I don't really know the names of anything, and I kind of do like a little twirl of my chainmail now, and I go, well, this is very great and very I can get whacked fairly hard, but I don't think it'll help at all against specifically a red dragon.
Well, I see it's just your generic everyday bit of kit here. We might be able to get you a nice situation with and he kind of is checking you out, looking at you over. We have our generic just armor that gives you a nice boost. And he kind of gestures haphazardly over to a few sets of scale mail that you see in the corner. Yeah, they'll help you out. But you speak of dragons.
There be dragons here.
Do you know what type of dragon you're afeared of here?
Well, that's also the thing is, at present we are going to go visit a red dragon. But we have
so fire
already
you be
fought
risen.
others, so I don't know if there is maybe just something to support against all dragons?
I do have something for a red dragon. We had to liven up our stock. But it only resists to fire. We do have a stranger armor that we picked up not so long ago. It's not the best to look at, but it does bump up your armor and provides some resistances, not the ones you're looking for necessarily for the fire, but does help with some of the other things Drakenkind can do, like the necroses, the poisons, and the psychic damages. But, well, you're probably not seeking anything for swimming either, so I don't think you want the ruidium armor. I only have one set of that anyways. I don't know what to tell you. We could look into other things than armor to beef up your resistances.
Yes,
but
I'm open to a cloak, rings, jewelry.
Well, I'll check into those things with you. You might want to go up a level.
Ooh.
Go to our room of
I'll
legends. There is a special item up there that I just saw recently.
See if they have anything cool for me.
It never hurts to look and ask and then make my decision. So I will take you up on that offer and I'll go look in the legendary room.
All right, so as you wander out, Trixie, are you hunting for anything or looking for anything or speaking with them about anything?
Real fast. Jason's tattoo was 8,000 gold?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making a list.
You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to, I guess, I exit the shop for now.
Mm-hmm.
And go find a spot where I can sit and kind of just like spend a little bit more time with my blade, my shovel. I feel like I haven't had that. And just kind of like put some, care into it, trying to think of what I would do, like, to, put some care into the blade and then oil the wood and clean it up. And
do you invest any of your key in it?
I guess if I like feel that pull,
It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I could see if that were the case, like if I kind of felt like, but it wasn't like a leeching thing, that I would probably, like, I guess if I felt that it was trying to like connect that way, I would probably allow it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Great. So I will hold off for a second on that. it'll be easier to have Tanzanite go and visit the legendary room.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tanzanite, you walk up and
Polish, that's the word. Sorry. Wood polish.
you're
My own version.
I can't even say the words. Great. So, Tanzanite, you walk into a room where every piece is sealed within its own special vault, glassed in. There's an air of quiet here, a lack of sounds. And you see that there's a couple of sets of armor. There's a few additional bits and pieces, bric-a-brac here and there. But there's really only like 20 pieces that you can see, that you can make out. There doesn't seem to be a proprietor here, but each case has a description of what is contained within.
I just want to like briefly walk by each, kind of scanning until I see something that like catches my eye.
You see two cases that hold armor. One appears to be chainmail armor, and the other appears to be plate. There's also a strange case that you think it might be armor, but it seems to be not quite of this plane. It's just weird. It doesn't seem to stay in one place. You also make out a few other items in this space. You see that there is a strange structure, functional tool. It's big. It definitely takes up a lot of space. It's got a large sealed iron barrel as part of it. And that's just a stranger item. You see in a case all by itself something that doesn't seem to be all that special in and of itself, but it's a mortar and pestle. It seems perfectly normal, but it's there. You see there's a crystal tablet, black. And you see a couple of other random items. Could you go ahead and roll a D100 as you're exploring this space?
D100, yes. Okay. And roll. 63.
Three. You see a flask with it looks like an iron bottle, so it's a strange flask, but you can see that it has a brass stopper and just sticks out to you.
So I'd love to look more into the flask, the crystal tablet, and the scale mail.
Okay. You see that this iron bottle with its brass stopper has a little description that describes bringing those from elsewhere to you, and trapping it within the flask, and how you can open the stopper and release the creature, and as long as it's not unfriendly to you, it will act in accordance with your interests and will. This particular bottle is listed as having something in it, but no idea what that thing is. no one's been brave enough or invested enough or interested enough to find out what might be contained within it. As you continue to peruse, you're going to go to the crystal?
The crystal tablet and the scale mail.
Adrian, get in the flask.
I don't know what that means.
It's from Little Nicky. It's an Adam Sandler movie from like the 90s or early 2000s.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, I don't know what this means. What's he saying?
You're muted.
The black...
I know.
The black crystal tablet, it describes how it brings madness to those the wielder wants madness to descend upon. It also indicates that it's a portal to a realm beyond any sanity. And then the last one was the armor?
Scale mail, specifically.
Let me just click a lot of buttons here. All the difficulties of this. The scale mail itself, when you look at that, it just indicates that it gives a bonus to your armor. It's a +3.
All right. Wonderful. If I go back to that flask, can I... I have no idea what I would do. Plus it's in like a box, so I can't... Can I just call out, go... No, because there's no one around and they wouldn't know. Could I see... I'm taking a leap here. I don't know if it'll work. Taking a leap. Could I go back to the iron flask and see if I'm able to ask my shadows to, like, get inside and, like, see what it is?
Sure. Let's go back there. We're going to roll your death check with disadvantage.
Death check with disadvantage. Okay. That's not a d20. Okay, 2 d20s, death check. Here we go. I think it's +9. And it's not, it's 10. Okay. Okay, so we got... Okay. So not that one. 25.
Good. Very good. If you had rolled too low, you might have had some different experiences. You watch as your shadows, they descend upon the flask and they worm their way past the barriers. An alarm starts going off.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant.
And as that alarm goes off, your shadows continue to try to infiltrate. Do you stop them?
Yes. I keep going.
They swirl about inside and they can't get out. They're stuck inside the case. The alarm is continuing to blare.
I put my hands up.
You hear footsteps approaching.
As I'm being like tattooed, I'm gonna be like, Trixie, can you make sure Tanzanite's not in trouble?
Neither of you even know that this is going on right now. Sorry.
You said an alarm went off, so I thought it was like.
Oh no, it's just in the space that she's in.
Never mind.
Footsteps approach, and you see, as you your hands up in the air, you see a being tall, hugely tall, ridiculously tall, horns on either side of their head. Turn and look at you coming down the hallway, clunking, clunk, 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 clunk. What'd you touch?
I touched the flask, but I was just trying to figure out what was inside of it. I wasn't trying to take it.
He looks over and he sees the swirling shadows stuck within the case. You want to find out?
Well, the placard doesn't say what's actually in it. It just says that there's something in it, and there was no one else in here, so I assumed there was either no one here, or if someone was here, they wouldn't know what was in it.
Well, given the nature of your crime, I suppose we could solve this one way. You could volunteer to find out what's inside. For a forgiveness.
And what would happen if I didn't do that?
Oh, well. The consequences of the shop will descend upon you.
I don't even want to know what that means. Yeah, I'll open it. Just don't hurt me.
Wonderful. When I open the case, collect your creatures.
Okay.
He takes out this golden key out of a ring of keys, and you realize that this key is one of many keys that he has on that ring. He puts it within a non-existing lock spot. There was no spot for a key to enter until he reached the key forward. But just as casually as any shopkeeper opening a jewelry case, he clicks it open, picks up the flask, says, "Come with me." And he begins walking back the way he came.
I grab my shadows and I follow him. Sorry.
You are taken to a room that... Go ahead and just roll a perception check so I can give you more information, but I will go ahead and start describing it for you.
Okay. Not 20.
Nat 20?
Plus my stuff, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a crap ton. Well, it's not that special a space. You're taken to
plus 10.
this quiet, private, but well-lit space. You can tell that it's definitely free of distractions. Nothing's really let in here. It reminds you a little bit of the types of places that Asher and Co. worked to collect for teleportation circles. The walls are covered with a material that seems to absorb sound, and it creates kind of a peaceful atmosphere, but it's almost overwhelmingly peaceful. Like it's so quiet that it's disturbing. If you've been into a really, really, really well done sound diffusion space where there's almost so little silence that it becomes loud, that's the feel that you have here. You're brought inside. The door is closed behind both of you and locked. And then the being gestures to the center of the room. So, "I'll be in the safe booth." And they begin to ponderously walk across the room towards a different door where you can see a big, huge mirrored window. Your side being reflective, the other side, who knows. It feels well ventilated. It feels clean and clear of clutter. There's a small altar type shape in the center that appears to be the place where you might invoke magics. A little bit of incense is burning, creating a nice calming atmosphere. But it is so, so silent. The door across the room closes behind them. And you are left there, the flask left on that little table in the middle. Your shadows clustered around you. Asked to invoke the flask. What you doing?
I am going to go to the flask.
You look at this little iron bottle with its brass stopper.
And I'm gonna pick it up, and before I open it, I'm gonna
You
whisper.
open it. Roll a D100.
No, I wanted to do something.
Too late. You opened it.
Okay. Oh, D100. Okay.
I thought you said before I open it.
She said, and then I open it.
Oh,
I thought I said before I open it.
Yeah,
that's what
not
I
heard.
thought you said.
Nope.
That's okay.
Torture.
Oh God. 18.
Nothing comes out.
I'm gonna slightly lean it towards me and go, excuse me, creature inside. My name is Tanzanite, and I'd like to know what you are.
As you aim it towards yourself, I need you to roll a DC 17 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
I'm a genie in a bottle. Gotta rub me the right way.
Or use it.
18.
Hey.
You feel a pull towards this bottle. And you almost feel like you're going to be sucked within it. And you resist. Just barely. Your shadow's almost holding you back for a second and keeping you there. You almost slipped within. You know that you are on the cusp of being pulled inside. And also, as you were pulled towards it, you realize that it's truly empty right now. And it's really sad that it missed out on having you occupy its space.
I close it. And I yell out to the thing, and I go, there's nothing inside. Your placard was wrong.
You hear, is it closed?
Make sure it's closed. Nice and tight.
Comes in,
Yes.
clunk, clunk, clunk. Thank you for your service. We can price this higher now. And he starts walking back through this first door that you had come through. Come along.
Okay. Slight, single, sweat coming down.
Do you ask him anything as he walks you back into the main shop area? Talk to him at all?
Yeah, I was supposed to say, so, why do you think there was something in there? Just assumed something was?
It's better to assume, but it could have held a demon, could have held a Marid, could have held, worst case scenario, an Ultraloth or a Zorn. Usually some sort of creature that pretends to offer wishes to those who open it. Typical thing. But there are more awful things it might hold. Now, since it's empty and unoccupied, we know we can offer it for a heftier price as the next thing that's pulled within it will be exactly what's within it. An empty one of these is worth 50 ones that have already a creature within.
Well, I'm glad I was able to help reassure your establishment and hopefully bring you in more profit.
Definitely, if you're ever interested in similar experiments, we could offer you a fee in the future.
Science.
I will remember that. Thank you.
Well, and as he opens the case again and closes it and locks it away, if there was something else you were interested in purchasing. And he's beginning to scratch something down on a little tablet or a pad that he has in his he's pulled out of a pocket, and he's starting to scratch with his nail something directly into the tablet.
Well, Me and my friends are heading to try to resolve the issue with that red dragon that is preventing anyone
Sales
from...
are down.
Yes, well, we're hoping to go get rid of it.
Excellent. Excellent.
The
Good
other
for
two are
business.
working on items that they want for the battle ahead, and I'm just trying to do the same thing. I'm just trying to find something that'll help me. I don't...
Well,
I'm not the best fighter. I'm not very strong.
I would tell you the flask might be useful, but I found that there's never been a dragon trapped within one.
Probably a reason for that.
Yes. What are you hoping to find?
I don't know. I was hoping to find maybe a fancier armor or a shield or maybe a scroll to teach me something, but...
No, of course. But what type of armor can you wear?
I don't know. I've just always had this one. Ever since I was young. I've never had any other ones before.
So are you capable of the heavier armors, or are you limited to things like what you're wearing and lighter?
I don't know. DM, can I wear heavier armor?
It's your character. In your proficiencies, you have
so.
armor that you can wear.
Features. Traits. Proficiencies. Light armor.
Light
and
armor?
medium armor.
Oh, medium.
So,
Okay. I was going to say, you can't wear your armor right now if you only can wear light armor.
and medium armor.
Okay. Well, given that limit, you can wear chainmail. I do have one bit of chainmail. It's a curious piece. You do gain some defensiveness and you are immune to fire. But something about it seems eerie to me. And he gestures to a set of armor that it is chainmail. It does have kind of a prismatic glow to the metal. And you can just see that there's this impressive interlocking of metal rings and a thick quilted fabric underneath it. It looks heavy. It looks serious.
How much is a piece like this?
Well, I have to look in my list of things here. I believe this is priced at 30,000 gold.
Oh, well, that's certainly out of my price range, but it is magnificent, and I hope you're able to sell it.
Well, for the moment, it might be out of your price range, but if you truly have accepted the rewards that are going to be offered for the defeat of the dragon, it will be a pittance. Perhaps a worthwhile investment, but also if you are just short of funds, that's something you'll have to do without for now.
Yes. Well, it's been truly an interesting experience speaking with you. Oh, I'm so incredibly rude. I didn't get your name. I'm Tanzanite. I am here with my friends, Asher, who of course isn't here, and Trixie. What do you go by?
I am called Demise. I'm the caretaker of the legendary. Well, if you are on your way, I will return to my studies.
I do apologize again about the alarm. I truly wasn't trying to take anything. I just wanted to know what was in it. Which now I know is nothing.
Much luck and grace on you for that. I am surprised you still stand here after that.
Well, I have my shadows to thank. And I kind of gesture down to them.
Yeah, well, didn't they get you into this trouble in the first place?
I don't know about trouble, as I asked them.
Both the instigator and the... Well, on your way then. I see no sail in my future here,
Hopefully soon.
but perhaps. May you survive to purchase from me in the future.
Yes.
He kind of trudges back the way he came. Thunk, 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 thunk.
As he, right before he leaves, I was like, do you have any advice for anything in this place? Maybe outside of your area?
It's
How
all
to talk to the other guys?
ask for what you wish. Come prepared with knowledge of the items you seek. Did you peruse the catalogs?
I did.
You should know what you're looking for then.
Yes. Well, enjoy your studies. Thank you again.
Merely tell people what you seek and they will find it.
Huh.
If not today, then in the future. And then he continues trudging.
I'm gonna go back to the other room.
Yeah. Trixie, you have been sitting there with your shovel, investing a little bit of key. How much key are you going to invest in it today?
How much do I have left?
We're about to go to bed. Do it all.
I can't do it all. I mean, I have what I have. You know what? Fuck it. Sure. 15
much?
points of key.
15 points of key.
Ooh.
Yeah, you...
I'm blaming you.
As each stroke of your polishing rag leaves a gleam on the staff, you also feed your key into the tool. Can you go ahead and roll a wisdom check? This could be an insight check. It could be a medicine check. It could be a survival check. It won't be perception.
Okay.
But you choose what you think it's going to be. And it could be animal handling if you chose, but I need to know which one you choose.
It will also be with that disadvantage, right?
No.
Because of exhaustion?
No.
No? Okay.
It would have been with advantage if you hadn't
Okay.
invested your key as heavily as you did.
It would have been if I hadn't had invested that much key. Let's see. I'll go with survival.
Okay.
It's a natural one.
What would be your total for that?
11. 11.
Awesome.
Oh.
You feel that gleam glow. You feel the warmth of your staff increase. And then you're just tired. Ready to go to bed.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Asher, the tattoo is finished. you know what a tattoo finishing is like. It is that.
Ow.
Do you want to describe your return to your friends?
I probably have no pants on. Since they just tattooed my legs.
That
I'm
would be
gonna say-
appropriate.
I'm gonna say it's like very cool, like spirals down each leg of like runes
Oh,
like
cool.
that go down like from thigh to ankle on each leg.
Very cool. Tanzanite, were you going to do anything else before?
But yeah, Asher's like just in his underwear, like from the waist down, just like ow,
No shoes and socks, because that's a bad travesty of a space between ankle and leg.
To go back to the original room I was in
Mm-hmm.
and re-ask about the rare room.
The rare room. Okay.
Ask about the scale mail there one more time to remind myself the cost of that one.
Yeah. I think. I feel like the rare one was 1,000 gold pieces for the +1 AC. Was there a special one that you had found there, or was it that it?
I think there was like a fancier one with like a.
Are you talking about the shield that you? Because there
Maybe
was
it was
the
the
arrow catching
shield?
shield.
Yeah,
There was-
the shield was cool.
There was the elven chain. Was that what you're? That wasn't scale.
No.
My mind is gone and I don't remember.
And then the shield was like 8,000, right?
The shield of the arrow catching shield, I think, was 8,000. Let me look. No, it's 3,000. If I said 8,000 last time, it was my mistake. 3,000.
And what were the statsy thing for that one?
The arrow catching shield was you get a +2 bonus to AC against ranged attacks while using the shield, in addition to the normal shield bonuses for AC. And whenever someone makes a ranged attack against someone within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to receive the attack instead of them.
For some reason, Asher always stands within 5 feet of Tanzanite now.
Yeah, I basically want to go ahead and get that. And then I also want to go to the like lesser room and basically get a shit ton of I think they're great potions.
Okay.
Whatever the healing potion.
So you're going to like the uncommon room or the common
Yeah,
room?
uncommon room. And just stocking up on some healing potions.
Yeah, I mean, you go in there, you pick up those potions. You also see other potions around. There's one that looks like it's listed as saying the blood of the lycanthrope. You see a small, tiny vial called the oil of slipperiness.
For the person who never sleeps, you should grab some vitality potions.
Quit metagaming.
In theory, I only need a few hours of sleep. Thank you.
But you're
So-
picking up a potion of healing.
Well, how much do they cost? And what
The
level
greater healing.
greater healing?
All the things in my list are crazy. I just don't know where they all might be. Potion of 100 gold pieces, I think, is what it was. But I'm probably, I think 100 gold pieces
And that will.
per potion.
How much does that heal?
The greater ones are 44 plus 4. The superior ones, which because you've looked through that catalog, you would know, are 200 gold pieces, and they're in the rare room. And they're 8d4 plus 8.
Okay, so let me get 5 of those. Basically 1,000 worth of those.
Of the superior?
Uh-huh.
You wipe them out. They have no
Good.
more left.
Good. And then what was the name of that shield again? Let me add that.
Arrow catching.
Perfect. Thank you.
Something like that.
And that's me.
Cool. Trixie, are you doing anything else before bed? You're just tired, a little worn out.
Now I'm really tired.
Ash, are you doing anything else before you go?
I want to ask somebody what's up with the mirror. I forgot.
You choose who do you go to? Just somebody in the space, or
I'll ask the pirate guy on my way out of that room.
okay. Wow, the mirror. I do not understand what you're really talking about.
Oh, there's a mirror on the wall in the other room.
Yes, for trying on a bit of this and that, and checking out your new goods. You should check out your tattoos in that mirror.
Well, my
It's
friend
just a regular mirror.
was looking there, and then like there was different eyes in her reflection looking back at us. Like
That's quite
reptilian
strange.
eyes.
Let me follow you where you go.
I will go back to the mirror and take a mirror.
You go and you stand in front of the mirror, or are you
Sure.
avoiding being in the mirror?
I
You
will
stand in front of the mirror. You can see your tattoos. You can see the encircling runes. I don't see anything wrong with the mirror. It's just as it was, and you can see his eyes glow. It's just a regular, everyday mirror.
His eyes are glowing in the mirror.
His eyes in real life are glowing as he looks at the mirror.
Oh, because he can like see. Okay.
Yeah, he's detecting magic, you gather, based on your own knowledge of how these things can work.
I'm gonna focus really hard on the mirror, like Trixie was doing.
How long are you standing there focusing, looking?
I was like, hang on. She stared at it for a few minutes. I'm just gonna wait till it feels like longer than Trixie looked at it.
He sighs a couple of times, and he seems to be, but with your natural charisma, and he's putting up with this little display. And then you see, what color are your eyes?
Green, I think.
You see, just like Trixie described before, your eyes seem golden. The pupils are slit. There's a small glow.
See?
As
Could
you
be
say
that.
see, and you're continuing to look at the mirror, you feel heat radiating from the mirror. You smell smoke.
Ah, it's the dragon. I'm gonna like get out of the way and
I
stop
need
looking
you
in
to
the mirror.
roll a wisdom saving throw.
Goddamn wisdom. Is there any lucky points left or am I out? I think I used them all on the ride, didn't I?
Yeah.
I
You
have one
wanted the
left.
happy vehicle.
$11.
You are frozen with fear. You can't move. You can't speak. All you can do is stare back into the dragon's eyes. More of the face of the dragon is revealed. You hear a screech next to you, high-pitched, uncharacteristic for the pirate salesperson. The dragon opens its mouth and it lets out a roar. It shakes the room that you're in. You try to cover your ears, but it's no use. The sound penetrates. It's deafening. The dragon seems to approach you, come closer. You involuntarily let out something that later you'll say was a manly yell, possibly, but we all know better. You want to turn to run. It's too late. The dragon is faster. It opens its mouth again. You know what's coming. Your eyes close of not your own will. You feel as though claws have been loosened from you. You open your eyes and you can see the dragon's looking at you, but its expression has shifted. The anger's gone, but there's something else there. Roll an insight check.
$7.
Is that
Two
pity?
dice.
The dragon's face starts to fade.
Bye.
As you say bye, you see a long forked tongue flicker forth. Soon. And you're left standing there, a little shaken. The mirror reverts completely to normal. No magical presence whatsoever. You can see to your left the shopkeeper is visibly shaken.
I would just be like, see? Weird mirror.
I beg to disagree. That was definitely a spell, not the mirror. Something is watching you.
Probably a dragon, I would assume.
You saw a dragon, did you?
Mm-hmm. What'd you see?
I saw 5 heads.
Oh, that dragon. All right.
That's no dragon. That's terror. That's fear. That's horror.
That's Tiamat, the dragon god-ish thing.
Well, maybe we shouldn't stay here.
She's a big
I
deal.
saw the pool of power where this location was, but if it's related to that creature, I have no interest in that. We might need to pack up and go.
Well,
I swept back into the wrong accent.
we're working on it.
I think I'm not coming into this room again. Walked out the door.
Don't run back to Ireland just yet.
Quick question.
Before I leave, I'm going to look in the mirror and just go. And then just walk away.
Yeah, Tanzanite.
What, how do I phrase this? What ability score are those checks that Asher keeps doing and failing that makes him
Wisdom.
frightened of things?
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay.
Okay.
You gave me potions that make me smarter, wiser.
No, but I might have spells.
Everybody going to bed, eating a meal and going to bed. You'll
Yeah.
find your rest. Trixie, go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw.
Ma!
Oh, wait, no. I need to identify my stuff.
Okay, we'll go through that. And let's go through that now. Which things are you trying to identify? While Trixie's rolling.
I have. Well, I gave everybody one of each. The bows, the armor. Was there one other thing?
Just longsword.
Longsword. Yeah. So I need to identify all of those. And then,
Okay, let's start with the longswords, if that's okay. They all seem to have a variety of abilities. So as you kind of look through each of them, at first you thought, oh, these are all the same thing, but they're really not. They're each different in just what they're capable of. There's one blade that words that are not on the page. There is one blade that it does give you a +1 to attack and damage rolls when you use it, but it also seems stronger against undead creatures. And you discover that this one's name is Corpse Slayer. There is a crystal blade. That's the name of it. You can see that it's kind of fashioned from some part of a dragon. And you realize that when someone hits with this sword, the target will take 1d8 radiant damage. And you come across the last one has a +1 bonus to attack. And you see that when you hit a dragon with this weapon, the dragon takes an extra 3d6 damage. It is called Dragon Slayer. That's
3d6?
Yeah, 3d6. That's the 3 blades. The bow, right?
Yes.
These are all still in that dark genre of stuff, even though I just gave you other information around what they are. So just be aware of that. There is one of the bows, anything that's killed by it will have its soul funneled into some dark place, and you read that it about what it says, and then when whatever is hit in that area will just light up the bow as it sheds some dim light around it. You have another one that just has a +1 to its AC, or to the damage that it does. And then there's the third one is when you damage a creature with an attack using the weapon, it stops the target from regaining hit points until the start of your next turn. So they can't heal, they can't, all the things that they can't eat their children and heal themselves, etc. So that's 6 total. So that's 6 spell slots used. That's 6 spell slots used.
Oh, my identify spells are ritual.
Okay, so you're just casting this until you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else are you hunting for?
Through the 3 dark web armors.
Oh, that's
so basically this is like an hour, 10 minutes a spell, hour and a half, I guess, that I would spend doing this.
Yeah, you're just running a little manufactory around. Like, okay, that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then that one. These are all leather armors. And as you're poking through them, one is just a basic +1 armor. Rare, but +1 leather armor. You find one that is a little bit fancy, and it's hard to figure out what exactly it does. It has some charges to it. And you get the feeling that somehow when you hit something, you can actually channel some energy from the armor and cause decay on whatever you're hitting. So it's a 1 charge to deal an extra 1d10 necrotic damage on a melee attack. And then the last one is armor that makes your swimming speed equal to your walking speed. And whenever you start a turn underwater with 0 hit points, the armor causes you to rise up 60 feet towards the surface. It's a life vest. And it's just decorated with a strange series of motifs in that dark and creepy style. Okay. They're all armor of some value, weapons of some value, bows of some value.
Can I use a longsword?
I think so.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
Bards can use longswords.
Okay. Does anybody want any of this stuff? I will tell them all, like, everything I learned about all of it.
I don't think I can really use any of it. I can't wear the armor, and I don't think I'm proficient with longbows.
What was the armor again?
It's all leather. Yeah.
Where are you doing this ritual?
I would say, did we get like a bedroom, or maybe I'm like in where we're eating dinner? I guess just doing these as maybe
Okay.
maybe some.
But are you doing it in like a public place versus a private place? Is what I was asking.
Like public, probably, like wherever the dinner table is.
Yeah. I mean,
Or I'm
as you're
eating with
discussing
no pants,
this,
just identifying items.
sitting crisscross applesauce, showing off the kilt marks. Yeah, you do. Anybody who thinks that they would be looking around, go ahead, and as you're eating your dinners, and Asher is sucking away his own soul. Asher can't roll this because he's busy ritualing, but either of the other two of you roll a perception check if you would want to.
Mine was only a 12.
Okay, you're hungry. Been a long time.
19.
Yeah, Trixie, you just know that there's somebody from came down one of the other sets of stairs that none of you have been up, just really curiously, but obviously not nonchalantly, observing Asher go through this process. They seem to be interested, but not like in a overtly just way, just like they keep glancing, tilting their head, going back to their meal.
I'm gonna put myself between where like their line of sight and Asher.
When you do that, they just slowly continue eating their meal, but they move a bit to see and peek and see what's going on. And you can see that they're just, again, looking and checking. And
I'm gonna try to catch their eye the next time they glance over.
Yeah.
And just be like,
They look at you with their eyes wide and smiling and nod to you.
"Can we help you?"
No, I just was checking out the works there. They're lovely things, perfectly lovely things. My cohorts and I, we run a shop that would be mighty interested in that type of works.
Do you have a name or some way that we can find you if we decide to?
I'm here in the shop, so I mean, if it wouldn't be me, it'd probably be one of the others. I generally do repairs, and I can see that those are pretty well put together. I can see that there's a little bit of staining, but this is quite lovely little pieces there.
Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you for letting us know.
Oh, yeah. It's always nice to see quality pieces done in a strange, darker style than I normally see those bits and pieces. But hey, new world, new opportunities. That's why we're here.
Well, we got them off of Strange Dark People, so.
Huh.
Well,
they
were more spider than people, but.
You might want to check those a little bit more closely. Then don't be a. Dark people, dark tidings. Don't mean to be judging. This may just be a dark world, but you don't. Not every piece that's nice is truly nice.
I mean, that's what he's trying to do. So.
Yeah, well, what he's doing is not truly going to suss out the finer details, if you know what I mean.
Would you or one of your colleagues be able to appraise them more thoroughly for us?
It really is a situation where you have to have someone willing to be a test subject, which with the recent attacks, we haven't really had anybody who's willing to volunteer for that sort of frightening experience.
I'd be like, does everybody feel pretty good about their gear?
Yep.
Hey, man, do you want to buy all this stuff?
Yeah, we can. My people at my shop. I'm not a purchaser. I just do the repair work.
Okay. I'm like, go with him with no pants on and all this stuff in my arms, and sell it all for whatever they'll give me for it because we don't need any of it. I think we could maybe use the Dragon Slayer sword, but my other one I just bought is nicer, so I'll just not do that.
Yeah, you. You go in and you are negotiating with them to sell the whole lot.
Yep.
They offer.
That escalated quickly.
What?
I just going from identifying all the stuff to here, you take it.
We don't need it.
It's
I know.
shopping.
I know. It just makes me laugh. That's all.
So you can delete the dark web armor, dark web longsword from your if you ever put it in.
I did.
They offer you a price of $4,500 for the whole lot. Dollars, gold, whatever. Words.
Currency.
I'll take that, and then I'm going to show them the painted gold war masks and robes, and ask them if they're interested in those. And tell them that
There
they're also-
is a stopping of movement and breath. And
I'll be like, by the way, they're very evil, so just
they all seem to have like a familial resemblance in there. Oh, that'd be lovely to fuel the too high for us, but that would be lovely to refuel the enchantment tables, and we could definitely use go if you have a chance. Meet up with the proprietor, and the association will redistribute the powers. But
Okay.
that and probably these pieces here, although having purchased these directly from you, we can't quite afford that situation. But having purchased these from you, we can have direct access to the magics of this if we decide to decompose. And we just can't trust what these are. And those, pointing at the masks, are clearly not something we want to have direct access to.
okay. All right. I will take my mage hand, and he will put them in my bag of holding for me because I don't touch them. And then I'm gonna go look for the proprietor.
It takes a
My
little bit
pants
because he's like
tight.
closing things down and putting things away. And when he sees you, when he catches sight of you, he goes, I just checking your beast. That everybody's seems to be lovely. Good spaces
Hey,
for them.
I'm gonna hold up my bag of holding, open it up, and then my mage hand will take out the masks. I'll be like, I heard you might want to buy these.
He steps back. Put those back in. We have a room for this. And he takes you on a walk. You walk through a dark, calm, quiet space where you see beautiful items in big glass cabinets. A large being with horns greets you as well. You walk into a room that may sound familiar to anybody who listened to us not so long ago in like 30 minutes, with a small altar at the center. And okay, well, let's see. Go ahead, place them out here. This is a safer space for that sort of business.
Okay. I will there's room on the altar for like all of them.
They indicate that you could just place them on the ground and stuff as
Okay.
well.
Yeah, I'll
as you-
have the mage hand like set them out. I think I have 6.
Yeah.
I had 2 and they gave me
Think so.
4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of look, and both of their eyes are glowing. You see protective wards appear around. There seems to be like a whole bunch of things going on in the space. Oh yeah. This is. Oh yeah. This is a good power source. Well, we've got to watch out for that one. That one's got a little bit of problem. That might pull down. Well, maybe if we do that. And they're conferencing with each other. They seem to be mumbling, and then eventually, I can offer you. One of them is a bit dangerous, but I could offer you 1,000 gold pieces each.
That seems very low, given like your reaction to them. Like they're clearly quite powerful.
Well,
And
they're definitely
useful to you.
powerful and useful. There is a danger to the decomposition process.
I mean, there's a danger to chopping down trees too, but it doesn't mean we stop building houses and don't pay for lumber. I mean,
Well, if you're the lumber person and you're chopping down the tree, you're taking the risk. So you decide how much you're willing to sell your trees for, right?
I took the risk of killing the dragon cultists that these came off of and then bringing them here.
Yeah. If you're not interested in selling, you can go ahead and tuck those away. We'll be fine.
Okay. I'll put them back in my bag.
Yep. They gesture out the door. As you leave,
Cheap bastards.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
$14.
You can tell that the taller being with the horns keeps casting lingering gazes on the bag and just seems a little bit deflated that they couldn't make the deal.
I'm going to go over to him. I'll be like, I'll tell you what. 2,000 per mask, and we'll call it a deal.
I don't do the decomposition, so I can't swing that, but appreciate it.
Well, how bad do you really need them? I mean, what do you use them for?
We pull the magics out of items like this and make new items, new enchantments.
Well,
It's a lot of work that gets invested in that type of thing, and they're not really powered up that high. I think the markup on this would probably be 2,000 gold pieces each, but then we have the labor costs in between times, so we're looking at items that could exist as a
is the other guy
rare
still there?
item. What?
Is the other guy still there?
He's already walked out. He's walked around you.
Do I know where he went? Which way?
He went out the door that y'all came in through.
I'll go. Can I go find him?
Sure.
Like, hey, I was just trying to make a better deal because we just spent a lot of money here. But honestly, I don't know how to destroy these. So if you want them, I'll take 1,000 for each.
He looks at you assessingly. I need you to roll a charisma. Persuasion or...
You got this, Asher.
I think it's persuasion. You're not trying to deceive, even though on accident you might be deceiving.
A little nervous. My rolls have been very all over today.
You only have like what, a plus 17 to your persuasion checks these days? Of course, that's going up against his insight, so I got to roll for him.
25.
You both met, so I'm going to say that beats. I'm not going to Rochambeau that one out. Actually, what is your charisma bonus? His wisdom bonus
Plus
is
5.
plus 4. Yeah, I'll have you beat him for that. He kind of nods a bit. He goes, "Look, I have options here. We could offer you a bit more if you were willing to be the focus for the deconstruction. Takes the risks off my people, reduces their costs and overhead. Slight risk to yourself."
You know what? I have bad luck against dragon spells, so I'm just going to go with the rate that you offered.
All right. And your mage hand you're mage handing them out of the thing. He also seems to summon a mage hand or something, and it shuffles them back.
They high five and then tip this way, and then his flies away with them.
And that it seems to go back into the room that you were just in a bit ago. And he's, work up the paperwork, or do you want me to direct deposits?
You could put it in the same account that we have been paying out of.
Great. And he kind of waves his hand across the air.
Jess, can you add 6,000 back into that?
Yep,
Unless you didn't. Did you take out the 8,000 for the tattoo?
I did.
Okay.
So 6,000.
Trixie, jump
Did you
into that
keep-
roll I asked you to do. Go ahead and tanzanite.
Sorry, did you keep the 45,000?
Trixie, you muted.
Asher?
Sorry, I forgot I recently.
Did I keep the what?
The 4,500 for the
For
gold,
what?
for the loot. For just the loot. 'Cause
Oh,
can add
right,
that
right,
shit
I
Shopping
forgot.
where we
add
have
it.
to figure out economics.
Did they do deposit on that, or
Numbers.
did they just give me money for that?
They would have done the deposit system unless you asked for
so
cash.
yeah, you
Okay,
can
I'll add
deposit
it all
that as well.
to mine. Okay, great.
So we actually
Made all our money back.
Spend some money, get some money. I mean, you didn't really go after like the big ticket items, so you were pretty conservative in your shop. But hey, such is life.
I'm always so scared to spend the money. My real life self comes into that part.
Tell me about it.
Trixie, what did you roll on that roll I asked for so long ago?
A 16.
Oh, great. So you have a really, really wondrous nightmare where you're trying to save your friends.
Great. Yay.
And it's really getting rough. It's super difficult. And you have just these moments of fear to what's happening around you. And it seems like it just gets channeled into your shovel every time you hit. It just seems to do something more. It seems to be more powerful, more focused. And then you wake up. Oops. And when you wake up, bloopity bloopity, all the buttons that I have to click and change and touch things, you feel like your shovel is that much stronger, that much more powerful. If you go and refresh your character sheet, you'll see what's happened.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Cool. Nice.
Everybody has a good night, full night's rest.
And we eat. No more exhaustion.
No more exhaustion. If you have a point of exhaustion, you get to
Aye.
take it off. If you have 2 points, you can only get to take 1 off. And
Woo woo.
yeah, y'all got a nap.
Exhaustion.
A much needed nap.
All right, guys, 45 minutes. Let's kill this dragon.
Let's do it.
Oh. That so scared me.
Just being goofy. What do you do with your morning? Are you
What the hell is going on?
Just being
Everything.
an asshole.
everything is going on?
Can I go find Dennis again?
Mm-hmm.
If we're not going right away to the dragon,
It's up to you.
I'd like to go find Dennis.
Yeah. Quickly, easily find him. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, here.
I ended up with this. I show him the shield.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Good weight.
Yeah. So, I was just wondering, totally random, what else do you do besides caretaker of this space?
That sums it up.
That's all you do? Well, what do you, when you said you studied, what do you study?
Well, I want to become one of our enchanters. So I'm working on my skills and trying to become someone behind the scenes instead of at a front desk like this.
Oh. So you're like magically inclined?
Oh, yes. Inclined. Good word.
That's amazing. What kind of spells do you know?
Oh. Do you know magic?
A little bit, yes.
Oh, well. I'm working my way through, and I keep studying, and we have access to quite a bit. Particular to enchantment spells of various sorts, but is there something in particular you were interested in, or is it just general curiosity or something you're
Mainly
open?
just general curiosity. Well, mainly that, and also there is one small thing, and I show him my ring I have, which is the ring of spell storing.
Yep.
And I go, I have this ring that basically I can store spells in it that I don't know. And I just haven't really found anyone with a spell that I would want. So I was wondering if you or if anyone else around here would have any cool spells they want to put into my ring. And I would exchange something for it. I don't know what, but...
I do have one pretty powerful spell. How much can your ring take?
Well, it kind of depends. It basically has 5 slots, so I can either do, 5 1 level, or 1 5 level, or a 3 and a 2.
So...
It's not the most powerful thing, but I do like it, and I was just seeing if you had anything. I thought you were, so helpful yesterday.
I could give you some things. One of my enchantments is to force a geese. Makes something, if you're successful, makes something perform a service or activity.
That's very interesting. Like, what exactly does it do? Like, how did you use it before?
Oh, well, it's a unethical spell to be casting, so we create shackles that force the wearer to do what they're supposed to be doing when a person is imprisoned, and this is what I'm currently working on as one of my goals as an enchanter.
Oh.
If I can get better, I can actually do it more successfully, but whoever uses the shackles on the creature, they've charmed it, so to speak, and every time it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, follow the instructions, takes a bit of damage to its mind. Unless it's dumb. Dumb creatures don't seem to be affected by it. Strange spell.
Huh.
But that would take all 5 of your parts to the ring.
Right. It does sounds very familiar. Oh, that is quite fascinating.
I do have a
thanks.
favorite. If you'd like to hear about my favorite.
I'd love to hear about your favorite.
And he pulls out a coin, which then begins to glow. And as it glows, it lights up like it's under the light spell. So it's really this dark space that he inhabits that is full of all these different items is glowing really quite well. And you find yourself starting to become distracted. And I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Right. Oh, no. Saving throw. 7, 8, a whole 9.
Ouch. You are distracted, and during this period of time, you realize that you're really not great at noticing things, and you're that glowing coin has all your attention. You would have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks and initiative rolls.
Oh.
And then he puts the coin away after about a minute, and your focus returns to you. I see you know what that does.
Well, that was wild. I could see why that's one of your favorites.
It's fun.
Well,
Nothing like the lure of gold personified. I could pop 2 of those into your ring before I couldn't fit something else in. I'd have to go lower.
Oh, no, that's okay. Maybe I'll find the right spell for it someday. But thanks for talking to me.
Well, there's one dark spell. But I don't think I want to hand that off to you. We could talk in the future.
I would love to keep correspondence.
Hey,
Hopefully we survive this dragon.
do that. I always could use another person willing to conduct an experiment. And the thing that he'd been scratching into before when you had left the last time, he hands over to you. And as you look at it, you see a contract without a signature at the bottom, but it does have your name written below, around performing acts of dangerous magic and testing. And there is a substantial list of possible fees that you might earn from performing dangerous acts of magic and testing.
Hilarious.
The lowest price point being 1,000 gold pieces for a specific space, and you can see like down the list at 10,000 gold pieces, testing for curses. And down a few more spaces at 100,000 gold pieces, you can see disenchanting cursed objects.
Very interesting. All right, well, have a good time and hopefully see you again.
You as well.
I'm gonna scurry off to my friends.
Awesome. So you scurry off to your friends. Your friends may or may not have been engaged in other things, eating breakfast. I have no idea what Asher and Trixie are up to. What, if anything, do you have anything you want to do before whatever else you're all going to do?
I would like to go to the potion room and ask if they have anything that will nullify a dragon's fear.
Oh, okay. Very, very good.
Because the mirror reminded me that I'm always failing those checks.
Ugh, well, I could probably get rid of some of the spells that I did then.
Oh,
Gotta sleep again.
You plotted for his safety.
Maybe.
Nice.
Isn't that sweet?
Let me just really quickly clear up some things here. There are so many potions. Let me see what we've got going on here. Please hold while I look for the thing that I cannot see right now. There it is. You find that there's a potion of invulnerability in the rare room. It doesn't quite fit all the needs, but does give you resistance to damages, and you find a potion of resistance that gives you resistance to damage types. And as you're kind of like sitting there kind of, oh, these aren't exactly what I was looking for, you find one that is, sorry, I'm trying to find the button. Come on, silly machines. Sorry, my hunting has been a little rough. You find one that's called the Potion of Advantage. And drinking this potion gives you advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice within the next hour.
I guess I'll buy
muted.
that.
Okay, great. That one goes for 200 gold pieces.
You're just doing the one?
Yeah, I can take that out of mine. I have some money on me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have like 6,000 or 7,000 on me.
Yeah, you buy that, and they can see that there's just one of those left behind. And
I'll buy them both, I guess, as long as if there's two.
okay, so that's 400 total. Cool. Yeah, that does all of that. I think that's kind of cool.
So maybe keep those spells because I could easily still fail with advantage. All right. The whole way to go through the dragon, I'm just muttering counter charm to all of us. So realistically, I get advantage anyway, and I don't need the potion. It just occurred to me as long as I remember to counter charm.
Counter charm. How does that one? What is that one? Trying to remember what.
As an action, you can perform until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet that can hear you gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Okay, yeah. Just be aware that because it's for that turn, it would be like really short.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to be constantly trying to cast it because you might screw yourself up. You might eat up all your spell slots trying to cast it all the time.
Well, it's not a spell; it's an action. But counter charm.
Oh, this is how many do you get per day, or do you get it forever?
There's no limit.
Cool. Yeah, you can just be sitting there counter charming.
Sitting there doing no fighting, just counter charming, so I can until I beat the dragon fear.
Yeah, that's funny. That would be super funny. As an action, you can perform until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly within 30 feet of you gains advantage against it. That's cool. You could be using that.
That's like some shit that you just say while you're riding up, like, "Hey, don't be afraid," and then everybody's like, "Not afraid."
You're like sitting there doing the like whispered under your breath for everybody, like, "We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this."
Don't pee your pants. Don't pee your pants. Don't pee your pants.
That is not a tinkle. That's not a tinkle. I don't feel the need to do a tinkle. I was more mature this time, Larissa. You're muted.
I just hate that one word. That's all.
Well, I avoided the spelling out or pronouncing our podcast.
Congratulations.
Like a good
Our
person. I
Yeah.
worked really hard at not doing that. All right, so
Off we go.
Asher set up with some potions. Trixie, anything last minute before? Okay, are you all heading out to? What are you doing to find a dragon?
Yeah, what are we doing, y'all?
I'm gonna go outside and see if I see a dragon.
Roll a perception check.
Please be a nat 20. Please be a nat 20.
So there is. If it's a nat 20, there's going to be a dragon.
18. Boo.
You see a beautiful horizon. The sun has risen just past the sunrise line. So you get that really gorgeous glow that's like the post early morning hours. And you know it's going to fade into just the natural blues any moment. And as you're looking off in that direction, you can see a distortion in the air as beyond these mountains there is that space that you had flown over recently that had that high heat, and for whatever reason it's continuing to create a bit of a mirage in the distance.
So do we want to get our airship and go to the dragon? Or do we want to fight it without the airship? I mean, you're stuck driving if you...
I know, but I guess we can try the airship and then
I think that's a good place to start.
if we have to abandon ship,
At least you know that the airship is burnable.
It's possible the sentient corn guys brought our airship armor by now. They were supposed to bring their dead to armor our airship.
is that what they were going to armor? Or I thought they were just going to armor us.
Maybe that's what it was.
I thought that's what it was.
Oh, I thought they were going to, like, put it around the airship.
we could always ask.
See how many dead there are, I guess.
That's so macabre.
Are you gonna take your mounts, go get the airship?
Yeah.
Go.
But it takes a full day to get back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a half day?
I guess it would be
It's
a half day.
It's a half day. A long half day, but a half day to get back down to Bonnie's
I guess
glade.
We'll go back towards the glade and hope the dragon doesn't hit the tower after we're gone, and then figure out what to do when we get there.
Roll a d20. Somebody
else roll.
I'll do it.
20 rolls are shit today.
18.
Yeah, there's no dragon attack as you head on off and to the forest. You continue not to hear anything. Deep in the woods, speeding along, looking back every once in a while just to check the tower's state. There appears to be no attacks. And eventually, quick stop for lunch and whatnot, but not quite in the race mode as you were on the way over there for the first time. You arrive, accompanied at one point by Bonnie, who joins you temporarily, sliding through trees and dashing off of boughs of random things that may be trees but seem to be moving after she leaves.
We found the Antwives.
You find yourselves back at the airship, at the little glade where the airship was landed. The 3 anchoring devices still in place. A small crowd of curious forest denizens slowly moving away from the airship as you all approach.
So now it's like going on evening?
It's evening is coming, but it's not here yet. The sun is mid what do you call it? Like not at the horizon, but it's, it's gonna be descending that direction. Sunset's at least a couple of hours away.
Okay.
Casting longer shadows, but not dusk shadows yet.
Based on when we were flying here, what was the vision like at night while I was flying?
Your forward vision was obscured by shadows. But your vision to both sides and from up above was pretty clear. The darkness meant you couldn't quite make out the airspace around you, but the land was very clear. The moon and stars reflecting pretty brightly off of the surface of the planet. You're uncertain if you would have seen, like, say, the rocks or something like that at night. There are ways to light up the night sky around you that your friends can employ to help with that, to mitigate the darkness. But that's all up to y'all.
Is Bonnie around?
She did accompany you on part of the trip,
away.
but she has not appeared here in the glade.
I'll be like, Bonnie, hello.
There's a brief pause as you call out her name, and then 2 of the beings that had been closer to your airship before your arrival dart off into the woods, and 20 minutes later, Bonnie comes up. You've returned from the tower, and what news of that space?
They are merchants from another plane.
Oh, that makes sense why I didn't quite get solid information back. Merchants would be confusing to my friends.
Hope we bought some new stuff.
Oh, congratulations. Any news about the dragon?
No, we were hoping you might know where it is so we can go kill it.
Well, it seems to come from different directions all the time, but mostly it comes from the northeast. And she kind of gestures, and where the tower is almost directly north of this particular location that you're in. She gestures. She's gesturing towards that area where the high heat was. A place that you bypassed on your way over.
Okay. What do you guys think? Do we wait for it to attack, or do we go try to find its lair?
Well, if we try to go now and we don't sleep, we're not going to feel the greatest. So maybe we just hunker down and leave
go to
it
bed
for
now.
tonight.
It is overdue. It's sadly overdue to attack the forest.
I mean, I would also hate to go try to find it and then it attacks here after we leave. So maybe we just stay here until it comes back.
Do you have a plan?
Do you have any sort of way that you can be notified, like ahead of time, if anyone sees it coming?
We watch carefully, but we've missed so frequently that it makes me nervous to promise anything. The Rocks, who guided you here, they keep up their daily patrols. I do have a few faster friends who are smaller, and they've checked in once in a while, but... Is there anyone that we can send to scout? Any being that I've sent to the places where I think it comes from, they've not returned. Chrysander's mate went once, and she juts her chin out, and you see she's kind of pointing at the unicorn. We haven't seen them since. It does seem, when it attacks, to prefer places where old structures lay buried. It collects what it finds and flies off.
Are there any of those nearby that it hasn't hit yet?
Yeah.
We did drive it off successfully once from a spot. The forest is vast, and we have no idea how it keeps finding these buried spaces, but we did successfully fight it off at one location, and I can show you that if you'd like.
I mean, at least it's a place to start. Maybe there's a trail or something from there back to where it was, if anything.
A quick trip then. And not hearing your assent, she just waits for you.
I don't know, I guess.
I mean, we have to do something. I think that's a place to start, at least.
I appreciate this. And she reaches her hand out to a tree trunk, and the trunk splits open. And a swirling vortex seems to form as the tree breaks further and further apart. Through we go. Do you all jump through?
Yep.
Okay. Jumping through, you come out into a grove. It is not a natural grove. It looks like it was very clearly created. You can see there are growing things here, like forced growth. And you can see a pit a pit that is definitely not natural, that has disturbed and created the space of the grove. Almost like there are that nutrients and water were forced into these plants. They're trying to like break free and eject themselves or inject themselves into the disturbed and probably not so long ago high heat space that is here. The plants kind of ring around the crater. The further away they are, the larger they seem to be. But those that are closer in until there's like just a vast section that is denuded of any plant life and almost seems to have cracks in the soil, if you could call it soil, but it's probably stone. It's probably the crust of the earth, so to speak, the bedrock here. You can see that there's been some flow of lava or hot molten rock because there's cracked volcanic glass style stuff in this space. And the plants around that area that are the closest to that area are clearly blackened from a recent eruption of that heat or a recent cooling of that heat. And it's a fascinating little phenomenon to see. There's a wisp of sulfur in the air. You're here in the space. What are you all doing?
I would like to look in the lava cracks. Is there any that are big enough to hold the dragon? Because last time it was sleeping in one.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
17.
With the 17, you can see where at one point a collapsed section is, where it could have tunneled in or from. Bonnie remains at the outer edge and sees you looking and nods to you as you are looking at that space. That's where we forced it out of. It didn't get whatever it was grabbing for. That was 2 months ago.
Do you know what it's looking for?
It always seems to find some buried treasure that it's interested in. It's not my area of knowledge.
It definitely took something last time we saw it, but I'm not sure what.
It does seem to be collecting things from all over the continent. I've heard birds whisper about burials like this. Trinkets, the crows talk about the trinkets that they can't get because the dragon takes them.
If I look around, is there any sort of, I don't know, like splattered lava trail or like burnt trees or something that would indicate, oh, it flew that way or it went that way?
There's a directionality, I think, but let's say you need to roll an investigation check on this.
Okay.
Because, yeah, investigation.
Yay! Short! Well, I can't use that one, so I don't know where it went. Use this one. Ooh! It's good. Plus... what? 19.
19. You've seen the splatter from Dragon's Fire Breath, and it is a terrifying sight. The flames are hot enough to melt stone and metal. The force of the blast can knock people off their feet. The splatter is made up of small pieces of ash, rock, metal, things that have been vaporized by the heat of the flames. And those pieces are generally propelled through the air at high speed, damaging others and creatures and creating bigger displacement of fire. The heat from the flames usually causes the burns, and so that's the first area is the burns. The force of the blast, though, knocks materials around. And thinking through the math on this, you think if you were caught in the path of a dragon's fire, where would things get splattered? And piecing that together, you get the sense that overall, the fire has been cast in multiple directions, but this definitely points to the northeast. The splatter of pieces of ash, rock, and metal definitely seems to have been launched in that trajectory. So as it was leaving, it caused those things. There's even damage to trees further down that space to the northeast. You can see places where some of that splatter has actually caught fire to additional parts of the forest. And while those areas are recovering much more swiftly than this crater is, it does give you kind of a detailed line of the fire. Go ahead and roll a nature check. Survival check.
Survival.
Yes.
Also, while I'm doing this, our scary friend's with us and has been with us this whole time, right?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Yep. He didn't really engage with the folks in the tower very much, but...
And this is a nature check?
Survival or nature, you decide, and then I'll use the DC that's appropriate for either of those.
All right, I'll do survival. It's not great, though. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's difficult to really piece this together perfectly to figure out exactly where the trajectory takes you, but you can see that there's probably a hint, if the dragon stayed low enough, of additional fires in this direction.
If I go up to our friend and I want to ask him, he wouldn't by any chance be able to feel the dreams of a dragon, can you? And pinpoint where it is?
You see them considering, at a risk.
What happens if you send a sending spell to the dragon?
I can only...
We met him once.
I don't know. I don't know if it would understand me, as I don't speak many languages. But also, it doesn't tell me where they are. You know, it's only words go back and forth. I don't get a location with it. But do you mean like tell it to come find us kind of a thing?
Maybe. Like taunt it, get it to come out.
Hmm.
Can we set a trap? Does anybody have a trap?
I mean, we could maybe go in here and see. Is there still like enough of the structure left to go into?
It's all been sealed up with the flame. It's like kind of a molten closure. You could take time and dig it out. Engage in that task of trying to like dig your way into the space.
Sorry, we don't have a shovel.
Not that kind of a shovel. Okay.
A dang dangerous shovel, you mean?
I mean, I could probably rip the entrance open with fabricate, or I hesitate to blow spell slots before we fight a dragon, but
I guess the only thing that I was thinking is if we can figure out what it wanted, could use it as bait to a
Sounds
spot.
like it just wants things.
But it's searching ancient ruins, so it's still that's still more specific than just attacking villages and making off with stuff.
Yeah.
wish I knew what it took from the last place we saw it.
Yeah.
Can I roll a history check and see if I can... Huh?
At the time, you rolled a perception check and you weren't able to.
I was going to see if I could do a history check to see, but never mind.
Yeah.
I do a history check to see if I, in memory, noticed anything that was missing as we were fleeing that place. Not so much.
Well, we know so many people. Surely someone could help us to tell us how to find a dragon.
Maybe Nee knows? What about the proprietress?
Maybe.
Bonnie, you don't know where his lair is?
No, I can't leave this space really, and it becomes difficult. I have guesses, but I honestly thought that the town we were supposed to go to on our trip might have been its lair, but it sounds like you came from there.
This is just silly. Surely we should be able to.
I don't know. Anytime we've ever had to do it, it's been in reaction of it's. We've never had to go freaking looking for one.
Who's going to yell? Dragon!
Roll for loudness. You failed.
That's a 6. Sorry.
I don't want you to just perseverate. You've had a couple of ideas to try out. If you want to try them, we can fast roll through those so you can figure out which ones are working, which ones don't, or you can keep brainstorming. But we could also close here, and you could
Ruminate.
offline
Take a week
ruminate
to ruminate.
and plot together like other people do, text each other, come up with ideas, and throw together a plan.
That might be better.
Would you like to do that instead?
Probably.
Awesome. So,
Well, to change the episode title, it's just shopping. Shopping
Shopping and
looking.
discussing.
well, it was,
Shopping
I just
and
get
searching.
I just get to reuse this same plate another time. Makes it easy. It'll be shopping and slaying part 2.
Yeah.
The second part, the slaying. Thank you all for being here to play with us, play with the game, to play. It's been fun. I am happy that we got a chance to get together. Next week we have our regular scheduled time, correct? No
I
stresses.
think so.
Believe so.
Yeah.
We're not doing like pre-recordings or anything like that for
I
the
don't think
future. We're in a good zone.
So I think that starts at the end of June.
Yeah. Awesome. And we will be switching to an every other week format starting on the 18th, where we are not going to be playing. And then we will be on the 25th. And then we will be off. And then we'll be on. And then we'll be off. Then we'll be on.
Yes.
We'll be bouncing back and forth like pinballs. But it's lovely to play with everyone today. Hope you have a wonderful week. I hope the chocolate sauce of happiness happens.
I can't. Sorry.
Too tired.
Oh my god.
Like, subscribe. Write
click
to your
that
congressperson. Tell them to
Yes.
promote us.
Well, no. But tell them to do other stuff.
Tell
not
them to
being
show
assholes.
up.
That
All right.
too.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.